And now I'm thrilled to introduce a visionary leader in the field of higher education. Please join me in welcoming Professor Hassan Selim, Vice Chancellor of the Academic Affairs at the University of Kalba, on the stage.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone. And I know maybe it's kind of challenging to talk after lunch, but I'll do my best to keep you awake. Well, actually, Hassan Selim, not Hassan, it's the same spelling. And I'm a professor of information systems and business analytics. And I'm the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at the University of Kalba, UKB. And what I will try to do is to squeeze what we're trying to do at this new and newly established university in a very nice place. If you know Kalba, it's a place that when I visited it, I just felt in love with that place. And I'm actually ready to stay there for quite some time till we get our model done. What I will try to do is to share with you what I call a new business model, a new value proposition of a higher education institution. So bear with me. Every single bullet here has a long story behind it, and the business model is multifaceted, and the value we're trying to propose to the community and the higher education landscape has long lists of components. So we picked 3 components to talk about: the academic excellence, industry collaboration, and student learning experience. And if you're interested, we can talk about the other components. But before I get into the 3 components of our innovative business model, I'm going to give you a very short overview of UKB. And at the end, I'm going to conclude with what I think best practices that we have at UKB. Our vision, as you can see it, the main theme of our institution is sports science. And we look at this as a competitive advantage. Actually, it's unique. The College of Sports Science doesn't exist anywhere in the country. We are aware that there is a school to be established somewhere in the Middle East. But what we're trying to do in our institution is to be a leader in sports science, and we'll be leading that niche in the market by introducing it in a different way. We're going to be introducing sports science in the way of being interdisciplinary within different programs within UKB, and we are working on actually developing that now. And at the end of the day, we are trying to introduce very competent product to the market that is going to be happy with the well-being of the lives. The university was established in June 2023 by His Highness Sheikh Sultan, and actually His Highness is the president of the university, and that is enough of a motivation to actually fly. Currently, as we speak, we have about 985 students with faculty of 50 members, 100 staff supporting us. And we have 4 colleges. 3 of them were inherited from UKB when it was a branch of University of Sharjah, and the College of Sports Science as a 4th one. And we have 10, what I call 10 legacy academic programs inherited from University of Sharjah as well, and the new program that is unique so far, and that's the Bachelor of Sports Science. I'm not going to hit you with a lot of statistics here, but if you look at the distribution of our students, we have almost 78% of them in one of the colleges. I call it the cocktail college because it has arts, it has science, it has IT, and it has communication in it. it will split after after our business model is going to be implemented. Because of that, it has the lion's share of students. The College of Sports Science has about 5% of our students. That's about 49, 50 students. The College of Law has 92, and the College of Business Administration has about 8% of the student population. Is it balanced? Of course not, because most of our students are into sociology, public relations, and history. And again, that is inherited from the University of Kalba when it was a branch. Now, what are we trying to do there? I told you we are after a unique value proposition to the landscape of higher education. And what I'm going to be sharing with you here, I'm going to try to be fast. And at the same time, as I said, every single bullet, we can talk about it in a full session. One of the first and important critical dimensions of our business model is academic excellence. And you know how that is important as a critical success factor to any higher education institution. So what we're trying to do here is a complete re-engineering of the currently offered programs. And by complete re-engineering here, I mean we are after more than 100% change. How does that be? It simply means that we look at what we offer as a branch, or what we used to offer as a branch, as obsolete programs. Traditional marketing, traditional computer science, traditional communication. So we will phase these out, and we are going to come up with untraditional programs offered. Fintech and digital currency, untraditional finance, digital entrepreneurship, for example, digital marketing, AI-enabled business analytics. And these are going to be introduced not in a traditional academic departments. What we will be introducing here is different programs, different pathways, and students can mix within those pathways on their learning journey. We're supporting that by emerging teaching pedagogies, and I'm going to hit on that in a minute, with emerging educational technology. And both of these are actually our enablers. Our sports science program actually is made by Monash University in Melbourne, Australia. And the material provided is a customized material to fit into our culture from that program. So it was born accredited by Monash, and it went through the CAA accreditation, and now it's an accredited program, which is giving us a great leverage in the market. So we are, as I said, focusing on untraditional programs offered, and all of them are hot for now. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and that is behind our business model. In order to be future-proofed in a very volatile higher education market today, we need to be scalable. Scalable means agile. Agile means we can respond faster to changes that happen around us. How to do that? A lot of enablers. One of them is having an agile structure, not really very rigid, and at the same time have cross-trained faculty members and enable your students. A lot of critical success factors to be able to provide programs that are flexible enough to change. In older days, we used to suffer from how long new programs and how long new courses are going through approval, and we have to wait for a long time. Luckily, and in the right time for us, the ministry now is going through the same re-engineering we're doing in our programs, and the approval process is really very fast. Part of the academic excellence is to enable our faculty, our students, and our staff, okay? And I haven't heard that in this summit, that When we talk about professional development, we're not talking about faculty members only. We're not talking about teachers only. We have to enable our staff, because that is a cornerstone. And I noticed that our university staff are not really communicating well in English. Writing emails and presenting something or taking minutes and things like that. And we came up with a program. We have a language center at our institution. We came up with a program that is simply called English Skills for Workplace. And that is hitting on those skills only. And it's going very successful to the extent that we're trying to expand that to other higher education institutions around us. Students, let me tell you, Alpha generation, the Z gen, and all these generations that we pre-assume that they are tech savvies. Think again, they are not. They are tech savvies in gaming, they are tech savvies in apps on their phones, on smart devices, but when it comes to learning management systems and virtual learning environments, they're not. And they badly need professional development in order to master those learning management systems around us in order to be able to benefit the most from that. Industry collaboration. You can write that title and keep talking for ages. The gap between the K-12 and the higher education. And now it's K-16 in order to just try to bridge that gap between the two systems. But did the gap disappear? No, the gap's still there. We have our own approach here that I would like to share with you, and I hope that it will be successful. And this approach is what I call the zero gap with industry. How do we achieve that? The first thing that we thought about is to partner with potential employers, to partner with industry key players in developing our programs. We're talking about digital entrepreneurship. Let's get entrepreneurs in here. Let's get the key science parks or small business incubators into the curriculum development. So we partner with them to develop the curriculum, and they are going to tell us exactly what is that set of skills and knowledge that they need to do. The other thing is the co-op education. University of Waterloo is #1 in the world when it comes to cooperative education. What is cooperative education? Cooperative education is simply going to have your student reciprocate between industry and the class. So after a year, students going to go work for 1 year in pre-agreed upon, potential employers or businesses or industries, and it's going to go back to the classroom. So the curriculum here is going to be organically fed with the feedback you're going to be getting back from those students returning to the classroom. They're not going to accept any theoretical work or any knowledge that's not related to the job market. It's very successful. The challenge I personally faced when I invited University of Waterloo to my previous institution, and we got into long meeting and we got into projects that, students are going to stay longer before they get their degree. You're going to stay about 2 semesters more, and that's going to cost us. And the project was really dumped. Surprisingly, students, they graduate and they stay at home for at least a year looking for a job. So which way is better? Having them ready to fit into the market in the moment they graduate, or just leave them stay at home. And so I'm personally advocate of this, and I'm really pushing hard for it. Practicums, micro-credentials, 15 years ago when we started talking about it, we were hit by the ministry recognition of micro-credentials. And they said, as long as they're not recognized by the ministry, then it's dead. And I think a few months back, I attended a session here in Spear, and for the first time, I became aware that micro-credentials are recognized and they carry equivalent credit hours, and you can actually have them scaled up into a bachelor, into a master, into whatever program you have. And this is one of the strong enablers to bring the industry into what we're doing. Students can get involved in micro-credentials. They carry equivalency of credit hours and get into their study plans with that. Innovation hubs and incubators, and that's a personal dream, actually, to have a science park at a scale that really can make a difference. And we can start with innovation hubs and business incubators, and that is easily doable. Dual programs and customized executive programs. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but a few years back, I approached SAP, which is #1 enterprise provider in the world today, second to it, Oracle. I think I got a message that I should be done, but I'm going to take just a minute more. And actually, students, when they graduate, they get certified and get employed before they graduate. When they graduate, they delve into the job immediately. I'm not going to take a lot of or more of your time, but with the student experience, we're doing what we're doing the best here. But emerging teaching pedagogy, blended learning, and high flex and hybrid learning, all of these should be revisited. And we have our own definition of blended learning that I don't have time to do it. Most of our classes are high flex ready for our students. The syndrome of the 10 minutes. For the best practice that I would like to share with you. First, be smart in adapting the EdTech. Most, if not all, of our applications are cloud-based. We do not have physical IT infrastructure on campus. We have a peace of mind. Upgrades, we don't really think of them. Maintenance, we don't really think of them, and so forth. So be scalable, be flexible, and with that, emerging technologies are not going to be your problem, are going to be the provider's problem in that case. International collaborations are really very important. The zero gap is one of the things that we should cover. One of the suggestions that I'm providing to the summit is maybe next year we can have scholarship of teaching and learning and scholarship of educational leadership as part of the scope of the summit. And let me tell you in seconds, scholarship of teaching and learning is a research about how we teach, not what we teach. So schools, universities, we can really bring the practices, the teaching and learning practices from the classroom under spotlight and have them conducted as part of our research portfolio. Scholarship of educational leadership. If I have a department chair or a vice chancellor or even a dean in front of me, have you ever looked for a literature, research literature, about how to be a successful dean, successful chair, successful vice chancellor? There's a gap in the research literature in scholarship of educational leadership, and many international institutions are trying to hit on that. Let's have it. If I'm a dean for a few years, let me publish about my practices and see how things are going to be there. So that's what I would like to conclude with, and my apology for exceeding the time, guys, and thank you very much.